You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go!
Be able to sustain.
That made me think of a question. I think Mook was the first one to actually mention how much money he got. Do you think Mook set the ball on fire? Because he said, "Hey, I got 25," and then then people started questioning, like, "Oh, I need to get 25. I don't
want to put it solely on Murder Mook because of course,
not in a bad way."
So when he says things, of course, people hear it because he's an icon in the sport. You know what I mean? So anything that Mook says, people are gonna hear it. It's gonna get out there. But I don't want to put the blame solely on him. I think it comes from a number of things, from people saying they got money that they didn't get, from people like, just in general not telling the truth and being truthful with their peers.
Right.
Because everybody's in competition to see who can make more money or what things can, who's getting what special privileges and things like that. So I don't solely blame him. I think it's, I'll blame all of you. I think it's comprised of all the talent in the culture. You know what I mean?
Do you think when that happened,
the culture, guys saying one price, then you have like fly-by-night leagues that come in with an investor and they say, "Hey, what do you want?" And they run to the MC because they see the crowds and the energy that we create, and they try to attempt to do the same thing, and it always falls short. And then they think that's what it is, so they just pay the artist that, and the artists believe that that's the market value. But your market value is truly dictated by the recoupment and what you can actually generate. You know what I mean? So if you sat down and you put a number to the prices of what these guys demand, it doesn't add up.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's difficult to quantify your worth because we're selling a performance as opposed to an actual unit. You know what I mean? Or some type of file that someone's paying to download. So it's kind of difficult to know who brings in what and how they bring that in. You know what I mean? People have done stuff like, giving out links for pay-per-view that is someone's personal link that they hit. When
they see how many people.
That person, but those affiliate links don't work because it's hard to determine. It's just like people don't hit it. Like if you forget that a battle event's happening, you go, "Oh shit, the URL battle." You're not gonna go to the individual artist to look for his link. You're gonna go to the platform
URL,
that it's on and make the purchase.
Right.
Or tune in on the live stream that's for free or whatever. Well, however you get the content, that's where you're gonna go to first.
Is that one of the most difficult things for you, is to try to figure out what a battle rapper is worth? Battle rappers say, "I want 50, but you say he's only worth 25. Is that a very difficult thing?
It's only difficult if the guy is not accepting the reality of the conversation. And oftentimes we move on and fans like, "Oh, just pay him. You guys have it." But nobody knows what we have, what we generate. So that's kind of hard to dictate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But,
do you have it? Do you think they're getting paid what they supposed to be getting paid?
Yes, I do.
You do.
I think a lot of battle MCs make more than mainstream artists for a performance. You know what I'm saying? There's not too many other things that they do outside of battle rap that pay them what battle rap does.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there'll be times where it'll be a battle, like somebody would do a battle, right? And they'll ask me for this, but then they'll turn around and go to MTV or VH1 and do some shit for free. You know what I'm saying?
You know why? Because sometimes people think, if I do this over here for free, I'm going to get a good look.
Right, but the problem is they get these opportunities because they're on this platform. And then what they do is they weaponize those opportunities against us. So you'll come on here, they'll see you. You'll get on MTV, VH1, BET, or Sirius Radio, and they'll come back, "Man, I was just on this, man. I just did this.
Right.
I'm on this, man. You got to pay me more." But the people that are booking them are saying, "I saw you battling over here." You know what I'm saying? So now they think that that's a price raise, and the only person that's getting charged more is are the platforms, not the opportunities that the artists are getting outside. Of course, everybody should be ambitious and fight for what they believe that they deserve. Nobody can tell you what you're worth.
Right.
Only you can determine that. Now, you can choose to accept what's on the market for you, or you can hold true to what you believe you're worth.
Stick to your gun.
You see how that plays out. You know what I mean? And then that will tell you if you're worth that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, okay.
What was your name?
My name is John Don. I run the bullpen. You know what I mean?
Hey, come here for a minute, man.
League. That's Eric Beasly. You know
Wait, so
what I
I'm
mean?
on URL now? I'm giving John Don a raise.
You see? You see?
200%
Look, this
increase.
is just what
we was
discussing.
talking about.
We were talking about artists and pay, right? And John will know this, right? Because he owns
To
the
link,
league.
to link on it
And I
too.
was telling him that a lot of times artists just come with anything. And they just come up with a random price. Or what they'll do is somebody will see them on bullpen.
Right.
And they'll get an opportunity in Atlanta at the radio station. And then they'll come back to you. They'll weaponize that opportunity against you. But the person saw them on bullpen.
Exactly.
And that's how they got the opportunity to go to the radio station.
Exactly.
But then they'll turn around and be like, man, I was on a radio station, man. You gotta pay me more.
Exactly.
And they'll weaponize those opportunities against you in the long run.
Preaching
So
to
it
the
gets
choir,
crazy.
man.
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.